Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and this week my project is a little wooden bookmark in a gift pack. Perfect for the avid reader out in the summer who loves an actual book in their hand and enjoys reading, obviously. So it just makes a lovely wee gift for mums, dads, whatever, you know. It is actually made of balsa wood. I think I got a whole pack of them to come with the string to put a tie, but I swapped it over for the nice ribbon. And they're really lightweight, easy to work with, and lovely when you cover them up in your paper. This is some retired paper. Always check the clearance. You always get lovely packs of paper reduced. So I always pick them up for myself because I love making extra projects of my older stuff. So these are from Temu. I don't know if you've heard of Temu before, but it's one of those online shops. My daughter would shop in it and she would pick them up, as I said. So we are going to make this wee bookmark, so it'll be a long video, and this wee vellum cover, just a wee vellum cover. You only need a tiny wee piece of vellum. Like, this is all the sheet of vellum you need. It's nothing drastic. I think it measures, what, 5.5 by 1, 2, 3, 3.5, so nothing to it, and it really finishes it off. One of your nail files from last week, keep one for yourself, are really good for when you're doing these projects. So I've used the same sheet of paper but flipped it over. One side's lovely flowering, just leaving it blank. The other side it says just can't read enough, and then we flowers at the bottom. So this one I've made for a mum. I cut the flowers from the same paper, just cut them out and stamped the mum using the alphabet stamp set. So easy, quick and easy. So what you need to do, if you have any wooden bookmarks, you know, you can get these in a lot of shops. I've seen them about before, we just haven't bothered with them, and when Charlie got it from her, I thought I would have a go. So I'm going to go with the boho blue papers. I'm going to go with this nice rabbity one. It's nice and manly, isn't it? So what you want to do is stick one side of it to this so it shows the other side off, and I'm just going to put mono Tomboy liquid glue. Good, and the heat's getting to my head. So you want to put a right wee bit of glue on it. Don't need to cut any sizes out. If you don't have a bookmark, you could just make one out of cardboard and do the same thing, covered on both sides. Keep your old cereal boxes or whatever. Punch a hole and away you go. So I'm trying to get close to the edge, but I don't want it oozing out on us, so hopefully that's enough. And then just to save you a lot of cutting, line it up along the bottom and along the edge, so you've only two edges to worry about. You don't want it, make sure it's not over it. You can always trim it a wee bit, but just run your nail and make sure you're happy before you seal it down. And that should be okay. So then give it a good press and roughly cut it off. I'm cutting fairly close to the edges where it meets the paper, because you're only going to be, taking it off anyway. You can cut around those wee bits, save a bit of time when you go to do your scraping with your nail file. So we're going to be sticking it on the opposite side this time. So just make sure you're happy with that. Get your nail file out, and any over edges of paper, there's very little there. I've cut it really well. I'll scrape over this for a second. That's how simple. Just gently along the edges, and that will cream that all off for you and make it lovely and straight. Don't go up the ways, go down. Don't pull the paper off. Oh, put that design right, it is. They're cracking them rabbits head up and upside down. So I'm just going to do that and come straight back to you, because that noise will drive you insane. So I'm back, it's nice and smooth, I'm happy enough with it, but I do need my hole punched right through. If you haven't got a tool that punches a wee narrow hole, use your pokey tool and swirl it around, pushing the paper inside, and maybe a wee bit of glue would hold it for you. This is going to pop right through for me if I get it lined up properly. I have an extended punch there that will push down into the wood without doing any damage. So I just want to make sure that I've got it in the hole, and it just punches it out perfect. How lucky, huh? excuse me, I must have got nail file dust up me there when I was doing that. So now the design is that way, and we want to go up to the next wee bit, and we're going to glue this up to the other side, or glue this to the rabbits so that we've got the plain side on the other side. So again, add your glue. Make sure you get it around that whole area so that it, you know, stays adhered when you're slipping ribbon and stuff through it. But this is a really simple, pretty quick. I could have left it at that and just had bookmarks, which you could do, or slip them into a cellophane bag if you're going to do craft fairs or whatever. But to gift it, I think it's a wee bit nicer just to make a wee pocket for it. I mean, you could buy somebody a nice book token or something and give them one of these to go with it. So we're going to do the same, slide it as close as we can to the edge, and don't worry too much because you can cut it away. So again, just trim around it and then go over it with your nail file. So just make sure it's nicely smooth. Excuse me. I'm getting the hiccups, that's a good sign. So I'm happy enough with that. I'm going to trim off the wee corners like I did the last time, run it with the nail file, and then come straight back to you. Right, we're back. That's that all finished. Just need to punch our hole, and I'm going to use this one at this side to guide me through to the other one. So I'm just going to pop that wee point in there. It's a wee bit tighter now with the 2 layers of paper on it, but I'm lucky enough, I think it's going to still go in from it, if I can find it. I can't even see it. The darker paper definitely is not helping me. Unfortunately, it's balsa wood, and I could very easily punch myself a new hole without realising. Oh no, I think that went through the wood and all. Oh, it's a wee bit splintery. So I'm going to do what I should have done for you too, is get my pokey tool and just swirl it around like that. It'll knock all the wee bits out that you need knocked out. I mean, it's really soft wood. They're not proper heavy wooden ones, you know. So I have a pokey tool of some sort with a wee rounded end on it, which I'm going to use. And that gives you that nice wee finish. Okay, saved by the bell there. Now, we have this ready, so now we want to do a wee bit of stamping on to make the other side of that. Give it a wee swirl. So our stamping, what I'm going to go with is the boho blue, which should be dark enough. If you're not happy with if you have a darker paper and you're stamping it, go black or go native navy if it's blues. And the stamps that I'm using, where are you? Here. This one here, it says, just can't and enough. And it's out of this set here, the Timeless Arrangements, just can't and enough. And then you're supposed to put something in between. But I'm going to do this one and then type read. So just can't read enough. So you're going to need a wee piece of sticky paper, because you want to be able to put your stamp one at the top and one at the bottom. Because they're joint, I don't want to cut them because that's the way they came. I'm not ready to chop up my stamp set yet, so we want to mask off and do one. So you can still ink up the two of them, don't be worrying about having to easy. You could go like so that you haven't got the other one inked up, or turn it around, do it the other way. But I'm always afraid of that wee bit of ink getting where it shouldn't get. So we want to go about there. I'm just marking myself an area, and we'll just stamp. Just can't. It's not coming out as dark as I'd like, but it's not too bad. You can see it a wee bit, can't you? So now we want to go, we're actually going to do our read, so I don't know where to space this. So we'll go with our R. I've got these from the alphabet set, which gives you all the things you need. You could stamp them onto these and then punch them out. It came with a wee punch last year, but you can buy it separately this year. But you want these things not to cost you too much, so look around your craft room and see what you have. So I'm going to go with the R and the E. Use your paper if it has a wee pattern like this as a guide. I'm sticking my fingers and everything in this. So messy. So you're trying to work at an angle. Usually I'm right over the top of my project, so I'm blaming yous. R-E. I wonder, should you do this before you stick it down in case you have to make a mistake? You could always put one over the top of it, couldn't you? I'm waffling too much here today. R-E-A. And then D. And I'm making this one for a dad, so I'll be using the D and the A again. R-E-A. D. So there's the read. Not too crooked. Could be worse. And along the bottom, first we want to do enough. So I'm going to ink up the enough. Pop this on and I'll give it about there. Make sure enough. Oh, here, I need to go the other way, don't I? So 1, 2, 3, I said. I'm going to paste it over exactly where the last of the letter is. And then I'll do this under here. Can't read enough. I really can't read myself. So underneath we have these wee flowers, and this came out of this set as well. It's just a wee simple flower, and I thought, well, I'll just do it as well. It'd be good enough for boys, wouldn't it? So I think if you're using this boho blue, I would go, just to get it a wee bit darker, I would go with Native Navy. So start in the centre, have your petals just coming off a wee bit, and then work to left and right. A wee bit of space left there. I'm just going to pop another one in. Just bring it right to the end. So that is all that's done there. We're just going to add some ribbon to finish it off, and then we'll make our wee pocket. So still need our ink opened. So this ribbon's pretty thick, so fold it a few times to get it into a nice wee point to slip through that hole, because it's not that big. And then chop off what you don't need. And then just fold it up. If you think it's too bulky a ribbon for you, go with baker's twine, or use the lovely cord or string, whatever that is, that comes with the wooden. This is pretty thick. It doesn't even want to pull through that. I don't like it. I'm going to go with the string that came, which is ready and all. So if you haven't got a thin ribbon, go with a piece of linen thread or cord, whatever. This is really working out well today, isn't it? Never work in the heat. So that's a bit better. Nice and manly looking too. So goodbye boho blue ribbon. You let me down. So now you need your wee, I'm going to close this just in case because I'm making too many mistakes today and I'm going to end up with ink everywhere. You need your scoreboard. And I suggest when you're using vellum, stick it down. Vellum likes to move about. It's not as flexible as paper. So I'm going to stick it there and hope it holds. It's not in the road for me. So this is the 1, 2, 3.5 inch side, and we want to score it at 3 inches. I can feel that moving already, so be prepared. Dib, 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 and give it a good score. And then we'll need to go to 1.5 inches. I know I did that kind of backwards, but depending on the size of your bookmark, go with 1.5. So that's all you do there. Take it off again. I'm going to spin it round. It's just wee bits of washi tape, nothing too strong. So we'll go on this side, and this time we want to score it. Just make sure it's butted up before you seal it down. That'll hold it a wee bit, nothing drastic. Where am I? What I want to score is 1/2 inch, just so that's not too bad. And again, hold it. I can feel it. You can feel it crinkling. It really does not like to be worked with. But just make it do your will. And that should be enough. That's giving your nice wee shape. I'll stick these out of the road. So you could fold these up, and when you're doing so, be careful. I am actually going to fold it with the dent in this way rather than the opposite way, so that it is more flexible because you've pushed it down with your bone folder. So rather, you can see that is the dent where we scored into. Usually we'd fold it that way, but this time I recommend you go this way because it works that wee bit better with the vellum. And you want to make sure you're kind of all lined up both sides. Same at the bottom. And now you want to do a wee bit of cutting. So we're going to cut this one off. We're going to keep this one, and we're going to cut this one off. And cut it to the left-hand side of your crease mark, just so you're not left with a big dingy mark on the bottom. You can cut that one in just a wee bit. Cut this one in slightly, and then just chop it off. You could actually cut that in too, and cut a wee bit in the top. And then you're ready to seal it up, bar punching yourself a wee finger hole. So I've got my 1 inch punch. Fold your wee holder just, and then you'll realize, well, this is going to be the back because that's where all the sticky's going to go. So this piece here will be the front. And you want to go in, use the lines of your score to line this up, and give it a punch. Mine is not so sharp, so I'm hoping it goes through. Do you see that? Let me down again. You can see where it's not cutting through. Just, it's my punch. It just needs some tinfoil punched, which I keep meaning to do, but I never get around to. So just give it a wee trim. That's as good as anything. Oh, this is turning out to be a fun day. So now we'll want to seal it all up, and I sort of think you should use, and this one I did wet glue. Now you can't see it, can't you? You can see it barely, but I can see it better than you. You can see the marks of the glue. So I thought we'll go with this instead. I'm going to use a page for underneath so that if I get it sticking to anything else that I don't want, I can rip it off. This is an old snail. I've had it for a good while. I kind of keep it for vellum, and I totally forgot about it yesterday. So it is permanent, so it should do what I want it to do. So that should fold up, and that will fold over, and this one is going to fold in that way. So we want to put a big line of it down here. Make sure you go up to your ends. See what I mean? You don't want to get that on your project, so use a scrap of paper. So down, and okie dokie. So you can give it another wee score at this stage, but no marks at all. Like, it's really good. It's much better. I just hope it's not stuck inside now. Nope. Well, it is holding, isn't it? So now you can put your doodad in there, and you've got the nice pattern at the back and your bit on the front. So now we're going to move on to the next part. This is driving me insane today. Right, I have cut myself one of these, same as I did here, for stamping your mom and dad name. This comes out of the matching things that comes with this, the timeless arrangement dies, and you get in it, as I said, nice wee rectangles, and that's the one we went with. And as you can see, there's two wee X's, which is great because it marks my center piece so that I can line up my alphabet letters. I would say we're going to go with Dad this time. So the middle letter is A. So do it first, and that'll line you up for the rest of it. So use the two wee X's to center your letter. Just do your D top and bottom. Unfortunately, there's no capitals in this set, but it's okay. D-A-D. So, to decorate it up, I wasn't going to do a whole lot, so what will I do? I haven't thought that far, sure I haven't. Hold fire till I come back. So I just plunked out another sheet of paper. This one's full of wee flowers, and I've cut a few out to add to this. I did the wee small ones at the bottom, one big one at the top, and I'm going to add two smaller ones, and I'm just keeping them low. I'm not putting them up as high as the dimensionals were. So I have these wee 1 centimetre or 1 millimetre. Right, 1 millimetre would be more like it. So I'm just going to pop them in under it at either side. So basically decorate it up whatever way is quickest. If you're going to sell these at a craft fair, there's no way you're going to sit with these. So maybe think of something else, a bit of ribbon or something that will take up far less time. And I'm going to just stick this in place because you're not going to see it at the other side anyway. And I don't want it sitting up, I want it sitting flattish, so that if I pile them, they'll sit in nice and neat together. They'll not bulk out. Plus it'll fit inside a card as well. So I want to sort of cover where the reed is, the word reed underneath there. So that is basically it. I have an itchy nose, it must be hay fever. It's driving me insane here. So at last we got there in the end, and quite a bit of effort, I have to say. Be prepared. I was prepared because I was going to use this one again, and I probably will make more of them, but I thought, well, you can't buy that paper, so it's not very fair. So I went with the boho blue, which you can get, the timeless arrangements, and the alphabet set. and a wee bit of vellum. And you're set, and you can get those things from Temu. Just look for wooden bookmarks and you'll get them cheap, dirt cheap like. So that is me. I've finished finally, and I hope you've stuck through, and if not, come back and take the part you need. If you haven't subscribed before, please do. It really helps get me out there, and I appreciate every single one of you. Bye.